I'm Ken Moody. Welcome to Ken Moody Hunting TV. On today's show, we go to Africa in pursuit of two of the continent's most dangerous animals. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss that action.
Slick Trick Broadheads presents Ken Moody Hunting TV. Ken Moody Hunting TV is brought to you by Slick Trick Broadheads, Elite Archery, North Fork Technologies, True Fire Releases, Vapor Trail Archery, Gunner's Taxidermy, Fauna and Flora Custom House Brokerage, and Ken and Paul's Family Steakhouse.
Our first hunt today is for the king of beasts. That's right, the African lion. Nothing signifies Africa more than the lion. And on this hunt, we're going to follow along with Bob Folkrod as he pursues the great beast in the Gokwe Safari area of Zimbabwe. Now, I was on this hunt. Bob had come over to do some plains game hunting with me and some dangerous game hunting. We flew into Zimbabwe, subsequently flew on into Gokwe, landed on a little dirt airstrip, and we were going to pursue a lion. Now, there are two ways to hunt lion. One, you establish bait stations. You try to get a lion on bait, you try to keep the lion on bait until you can determine the size of the cat, and then you build a blind and conduct your hunt. The other way is to call lion. Lion are very susceptible to an electronic call. And this hunt was, it was almost an accidental lion hunt. This tag existed as a bonus tag or an additional tag, an extra tag that the outfitter had acquired in the event that while on a different hunt they came across a lion, and he would allow the client to take it with that tag.
I know it's close, but it's still just for habit. 75 to the furthest. 42 right in front of us. 97, just in case he comes in back. Everything's within range. That's good. Since I don't know where he's coming from, I gotta cut them out. Gosh sakes, that'll work right there. I got him all the way around. Gotta take that one out. Oh man.
What's it guys like? Hey, on the shoulder, hit it.
Well, I'll tell you right now, this is the real deal. Yeah. got him. Look at that. Woo! Look at that. That was him when we heard last night. Oh, man. Woo! Look at this. Look at the teeth on that boy. That is one bad boy right there. Well, we certainly wasn't walking in here last night when we thought he heard him coming in here and had his death moan. Well, I want to tell you, it's intense coming in through all this stuff like that. We were locked and rocked and coming in on pins and needles. And right there he is. Kurt, my man, that was a fine job. There was nothing more exciting than
It was great.
we heard him call last night, and you turned that collar on, and he come running in and laid down out there like that. Ken Moody, I'll tell you what, that's exciting, isn't it?
Is it exciting or what? It's the only way to hunt 'em, man.
Look at that line.
Well, we asked you about your shot, and you kept thinking you were confident. You know, you were confident. You were confident. And then the fact that he laid here and he made that moaning sound and never moved off.
Yeah.
But you know, not being 100%, it's always best to wait for daylight.
Oh man, you weren't going to get me to walk in here last night.
There's nowhere to run into a mean, angry lion. Want to get any slippage because you can't replace that cake.
Look at that. Look at the mane. He's got a halfway decent, nice mane on him, especially for this area. Oh, I tell you what a beautiful animal.
Talk about intense. I mean, that lion crept up closer and closer to the blind. We didn't see it. Kirk was using his binos and he happened to see what looked to be a stump that wasn't there before. So he got us ready, got Bob in the shooting sticks. I was beside Bob, and then Kirk hit the spotlight in that area, and there was this great cat crouched down, moving in. He anticipated finding hyena on a fresh kill, eating, and he was going to come in and try to take over the kill. Well, what he got was a big surprise because that spotlight came up, and he immediately headed for the riverine area, the thickets there, and Bob was able to make a shot. Now, this area is not known for its big maned male lions. This was a fully mature lion that actually weighed in excess of 500 pounds. Can you imagine if that lion had snuck in behind us and got into that blind with us? Lion hunting is not for the faint of heart. They're extremely fast, extremely dangerous, and to hunt them at night, to actually call them to you, that's really exciting, I have to say. But our next hunt, though not as exciting, was equally as dangerous. Stay tuned for that after these messages.
We'll be right back with more Ken Moody Hunting TV.
Our next hunt today is for Africa's Black Death, the Cape Buffalo. And believe me, he has earned that nickname, that moniker. Cape Buffalo is extremely dangerous when cornered or wounded. You have to exercise great caution when hunting them. And again, we were back in Zimbabwe. Bob Fulkrod was completing his Big Six hunt. We were hunting buffalo, and this could not have worked out any better. We'd gotten in camp the night before. This was the first day of the hunt. And again, a huge dry riverbed. We happened to get down there. The sun was setting, shining directly across the opposite bank onto a huge herd of over 100 buffalo.
Reload, wait for him, wait, those behind him.
Hey.
Come with.
Coming across that with the sun to our back.
I just wanted to watch them for a while. I mean, they look so beautiful coming
You
across
guys just
here.
wanted to shoot. I was like, no, hold on, man.
That was perfect. And you placed those shots in there. I mean, you were hitting him. He was rocking. He was rocking.
Oh, that first shot.
See
I
how
mean,
tough they are.
oh,
Unbelievable.
definitely tough.
All your shots were good shots.
Yeah, I mean, right here. Very well placed.
Well, you kept saying follow it up, you know, because we definitely didn't want to get him in the.
Yeah, as he was heading there, I thought the cameraman was going to, because he was getting a little bit out of frame, and I thought, oh, here we go. But you rocked and rolled him.
That is one fantastic looking
Nice
in.
play, eh? Good
Telling you.
response.
And the way he come across that riverbed was unbelievable, unbelievable.
Couldn't ask for anything better.
No, you couldn't ask for anything any better than that. And that's my first Cape Buffalo right there. And it couldn't have been more perfect.
Now that was a lot of fun. Big, beautiful Cape Buffalo, 38-inch hard boss bull, and he just presented us with a beautiful opportunity. But I will say that when that thing went up in the thicket on our side of the river, we were all a little antsy walking in there, but he was stone cold dead, finished. Bob had done the job, and we were able to take a magnificent, magnificent buffalo. When we come back, we're going to talk about something that some of you guys might want to get into.
We've got more action coming up. Stay tuned. Ken Moody Hunting TV. We'll be right back.
Okay, let's talk about something that I really enjoy doing and something that intimidates a lot of rifle hunters, and that is reloading. I don't know why it is. Guys are afraid to reload. I've talked to them. They think it's extremely complicated. They think they have to spend a lot of money to get into it, and that is simply not the case. I like to reload personally because I like to control my own ammunition. It's a lot of fun, and I like to control my ammunition. When I say that, I mean I like to shoot the most accurate loads in my rifle that I can. And contrary to what some people believe, all rifles are different and prefer different ammunition. Some of them will shoot commercial ammunition fine or to acceptable levels, but when you hand load or reload your own ammo, you can get precise, accurate loads built up for your particular rifle, and that's what I like to do. Plus, I like to hand load North Fork premium bullets. Greatest bullet I've ever shot, and I like to hand load those bullets, so that's what I do. But anyway, reloading, a lot of fun, easy to do with the Lee loader. Will save you a ton of money if you like to shoot. Reload your ammunition, reload your own ammunition. You can buy inexpensive bullets for plinking, and you can reload for pennies per cartridge. You do not have to buy a big expensive press and a big expensive amount of equipment to start reloading. This is a Lee reloading kit. Very expensive. You can pick these things up for around 30 bucks for almost any caliber you want. It contains everything you need to get started. Inside the kit, you'll find your die, bullet seeder. That's the die. That's the bullet seeder. This is your priming rod. This is your decapping chamber. This is your decapper. Here's a powder scoop. Everything you need is right here in this little kit. All right. You also need to consult with a reloading manual and determine on what kind of powder you want to use. Now I'm reloading for 30-06. I'm using H380 Hodgdon powder combined with Winchester large rifle primers. I'm going to grab one of those right now because I'm going to need it. Okay, so you need your powder, you need your primers, you need your bullets. We of course are reloading with the best bullet on the market, the North Fork. And you can get by with powder measures because the powder measure, this is 3.4 cc's. That equates to certain grainage. I have an incomplete powder measure kit with different size scoops. But what I use is a grain scale so I can get very precise on my powder measuring. And a little cup, I pour the powder in until I get the right amount of grains. And then that's what I do. It's really simple. I'm going to go through this very slowly. But once you get started, you can reload an entire box of 20 rounds in about 25-30 minutes, taking your time and doing it right. It is not hard. You have to have brass. Now this is factory brass that I've already shot. I'm going to reload with the North Fork Premium Bullet. 30-06 brass. First thing you have to do is remove the old primer. That's very easy. You drop it in the decapping chamber. Use your decapper. And with a mallet that's not a hammer, because metal may make a spark. Not smart around gunpowder. It's got a rubber end and a plastic side. One shot, and you have removed the old primer. Okay? Discard the old primer. Now you're ready to reload your first round. First thing you do is take the brass now without the primer, drive it into the die. Now what this does is resize the nick so that it will accept the bullet. It also holds the spent brass in place while you insert the new primer. Take your mallet, drive it into the die, make sure it's flush or just past flush. You would make sure this is in there securely. Next thing you do is take your bullet seater, which is also your priming chamber. You see that spring loaded? That's what you're going to use to put on your new primer. Insert the primer in the hole. Turn your brass over to accept the primer. Use your priming rod, stick it straight down the throat, and seat the primer into the brass. You see, I've got a new primer in there. I'm ready to go. The next thing you want to do is loosen the brass from the die. So you put it back into your decapping chamber and just give it a little hit. Okay, that will dislodge the brass from the die, and now it's loose in there. Alright, next thing, powder. Measure your powder. I'm going to start with 50 grains. I'm working up a new load for a different rifle. Drop the powder in. I like to give it a couple of good little shakes. Make sure all the powder is in there. Next, you want to seat your bullet. We take our North Fork Premium Bullet. We drop it straight in. Take our bullet seater. Put that on. All right. And now we have a fully reloaded 30-06 cartridge. 50 grains of H380 sitting under 180 grain North Fork bullet. See how easy that was? I mean, this is simple stuff. It's a lot of fun. I've reloaded my own ammo. I can use different powder loads to work up my own load. And I got to tell you guys, there's a lot of satisfaction in hunting with ammunition that you have reloaded.